What if I told you that one of the most feared hitmen in New Orleans never actually killed anyone? He wasn't even a real criminal. He was just a regular guy, a shy college professor with glasses and a love for cats, who ended up living a double life. Sounds crazy, right? But it's all true. This is the wild and thrilling story of Hitman, directed by Richard Linklater and starring Glen Powell. Meet Gary Johnson. A quiet, intelligent man in his 30s who teaches philosophy and psychology at a college in New Orleans. He lives alone, waters his plants, takes care of his cats, and goes to bed early. He's not exactly what you'd call exciting. But Gary has a side gig. He helps the local police with tech work, setting up wires and surveillance equipment for sting operations. He's careful, reliable, and always stays behind the scenes. He's the kind of guy who blends into the background, until one day, he doesn't.
Look, we just heard Jasper can't go in. Chief officially suspended him for those teenagers he jacked up.
When the usual undercover officer, Jasper, gets suspended for misconduct, the police suddenly need someone to step in, someone who can pretend to be a contract killer and lure out people trying to hire a hitman. And surprisingly, they choose Gary.
Congrats, Gary. You just got promoted to contract killer.
At first, Gary is unsure. He's not an actor. He's never even lied much. But when he puts on a disguise, dark clothes, sunglasses, and a fake name, Ron, something strange happens. He's good. Like, really good. Gary begins to transform. He studies each client, creates different characters, and plays the role perfectly.
That's none of your fucking business.
Shit, look at Gary.
You called me to do a job.
The man is a natural.
One day he's a cold-blooded killer, the next, a charming bad boy. It becomes a kind of performance art. He uses his psychology background to manipulate conversations, and his philosophy knowledge to play with people's beliefs. And just like that, the boring professor becomes the city's most mysterious hitman. But everything changes when a woman named Madison walks into his fake office. She's nervous, looking over her shoulder, clearly scared. She wants to get away from her abusive husband and thinks a hitman is her only option. But instead of arresting her, Gary feels something different. She's not like the other clients. She's not evil or greedy. She's trapped, and definitely not a criminal. Gary doesn't want to see her go to jail. So, for the first time, he breaks the rules. He tells her to walk away, to escape, to find a better life. He doesn't report her. He deletes the tape. And then he does something even riskier, he reaches out to her again. Soon, Gary and Madison start seeing each other. She doesn't know his real name or job. She thinks he's a hitman named Ron.
And you kill people for money?
And Gary keeps playing the part. He knows he's living a lie, and he knows it can't last forever. He wants to tell Madison the truth, but he's afraid she'll hate him. So, he keeps up the act. Weeks go by. Madison and Gary get closer. Madison thinks Ron is dangerous, exciting. And somehow, they click. They begin spending time together. Romantic dinners, long talks, even confessions. Then, suddenly, Madison's husband is found dead.
Yeah, her husband was just found dead.
Not just dead, murdered.
I'm sorry, what happened?
Possible drug deal gone bad.
Gary is stunned. Did she do it?
You scared me.
Did she find someone else to finish the job?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Or was it a coincidence? Now he's caught between feelings and facts. His police team starts investigating about the murder. His partner Jasper, who once did the hitman job, now back from suspension. Jasper's jealous about Gary getting his job and keeps a close watch on him. He smells something fishy about Gary and Madison. Gary panics. He tries to protect Madison, even while helping the cops.
Madison Figueroa is now the #1 suspect.
Really?
Really.
Jasper keeps digging. He follows Gary, checks files, and eventually finds proof that Gary let Madison go. Now, he wants revenge. Meanwhile, Madison admits she killed her husband and made his death look like a drug deal gone wrong.
Because I killed him.
You killed him?
Yeah.
Gary is shocked and doesn't know how to react. Madison asks why Gary is so shocked, since he does this all the time.
Why are you getting so worked up about this? You do this shit all the time.
I don't do this all the time. I've never done this. I've never killed anyone.
He confesses everything to Madison. He tells her he's not Ron, he's Gary, a professor, a fake hitman.
I'm a fake hitman.
Now, it's Madison's turn to be shocked, and she is completely speechless. And then, Jasper decides to blackmail Madison and Gary. One night, he corners them and threatens to ruin them both unless they cooperate. But Madison has other plans. She prepares a drink for Jasper, mixed with a drug. As Jasper begins to feel dizzy and fell on the floor, Gary moves in.
What just happened?
I put drugs in his beer.
In a desperate moment, he places a bag over Jasper's head and kills him. It wasn't rage. It wasn't planned. It was survival. Now Gary and Madison are in deeper trouble than ever. They decide to run away together. Start a new life. Leave behind the lies, the city, and the danger. They start over in a small town. He teaches again, quietly, peacefully. They even have a baby. And here's the craziest part, this whole story is based on true events. There really was a college professor who worked with the police pretending to be a hitman. Real cases, real arrests. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching.